It's my honor to welcome you to the 77th Annual Father of the Year Awards. To date, the Council has donated over $30 million to deserving family-related charities nationwide.
And I just want to, again, thank everyone so much for supporting Save the Children's work and for Save the Children Action Network.
Thank you again to the Soni family and the Ashok Soni All-Star Dad Award and the Father's Day Council for being honored for the 2018 Father of the Year. Thank you all so much. It's an honor, and God bless.
Thank you, everyone. This is really cool. I feel incredibly blessed to have done a lot of really cool things over the years, but nothing will ever compare to becoming a father. I'm humbled, I'm honored. Huge thank you to the Father's Day Council. It's a once-in-a-lifetime honor. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here today, this afternoon. I want to congratulate Mario, Ben, Manny for being the runners-up to my Father of the Year. That was my understanding. Is that not? That's correct. Okay. It's the best job, as everyone who's ever been a dad has said, that we will ever have. It's not even close. We love our children, and we're so grateful that you allow us to celebrate it here today. Thank you very much.
The only thing I could say is I am the senior member, and I've heard them talk about their young children, how rewarding, how exciting fatherhood is, but their children haven't been teenagers yet. So, and all I can say is just wait. Thank you for this award. It really means a lot to me. There's no more important job in my life than being a father to my sons. I thank you for this, and God bless everyone. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dan Orwig, and as President and CEO of the Father's Day, Mother's Day Council, it's my honor to welcome you to the 77th Annual Father of the Year Awards. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please rise for the singing of our national anthem by the New Amsterdam Boys and Girls Choir.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We're going to sing another song for you called Cantar. Sing a happy song, sing in one voice, sing Alleluia.
Why am I so black? Canta una canción alegre, síngale aleluya. Canta una canción alegre, síngale aleluya. Canta, 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 con una voz canta, 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 con una voz. Alleluia, alle, alle, alleluia. Sing alleluia, alleluia, alle, alle, alleluia.
Thank you. That was wonderful. This is a New Amsterdam Boys and Girls Choir 6th year performing at our event. We're always thrilled to have the kids here to celebrate with us. And a special thank you to their incredible director, James Backman. As we begin our lunch, please feel free to, Please feel free to enjoy your lunch. I would like to start by personally thanking everyone here today for their support. We're honored that you've taken the time from your busy schedules to celebrate our 2018 Father of the Year honorees. The Ashok C. Sani All-Star Dad, Ben Taylor. TV and radio host, Mario Lopez. Media personality and journalist, Willie Geist. Retail industry titan, Manny Chirico. I would also like to take a minute to express our sincere appreciation and gratitude to this year's sponsors that you should be able to see running on the screens above. And special thanks to our chairman sponsors, G3 Apparel, which sponsored our reception when you first arrived, PVH Corporation, which graciously donated the beautiful flower arrangements on your tables today, and Peerless Clothing, the sponsor of this year's Text to Pledge initiative. And our presidential sponsors, Burlington Stores, Global Brands Group, Ross Stores, and Asani Family Foundation. Thank you for all that you do to make this event possible. We have a very exciting event this year. We're proud to recognize these truly inspirational men. Ben, Mario, Willie, and Manny show incredible dedication to their families, passion for their careers, and leadership in public service, and are most certainly deserving of our recognition today. We will be live tweeting today's event, so if you would like to join in the conversation or give a special congratulatory message to our honorees, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at FOTY_awards. There it is. And use the hashtag FOTY Awards 2018. So post some messages and some pictures and be sure to tag us. The Father's Day Council has a long and meaningful history. Since 1931, when the council was organized, we've recognized more than 500 outstanding dads. Now, I would like to share with you a brief video that features a few of the special men that have been honored over the years.
And I hasten to inform the men of the motion picture industry, or remind them that before I was a father, I was a son.
Last winter I received quite a few awards, and all of them were appreciated very much, but I think this is probably the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Thanks a lot.
Affection and love, one for another. I think it's something that exists in the heart of the fathers all over this country, and perhaps in the busy stress of our days, the problems, it's appropriate that we remember that feeling and give special honor to it.
Awards, like millions of other immigrants, he lived a life of quiet heroism, content to see his children thrive, even perhaps someday to grow up to be recognized and applauded like today.
I think our greatest duty as human beings is to do the most we can to teach our children to take care of their children and to take care of this planet. I thank you for honoring me.
See, a home is what really counts, not a house. A home is a mother and a father parents that care, parents that love, parents that sacrifice.
My father had to come to school so many times because of me that they should have given him another diploma. And I feel very bad that my grandchildren never had the opportunity of knowing such a sweet, loving, unselfish man.
There is no love like a father for his children. It is unconditional. This is the best and most important job I have ever had.
Nothing beats the title of Father of the Year. This is the most prestigious award. So,
I also learned of unconditional love. It's one of the greatest gifts a dad can give a child.
And as we approach Father's Day this Sunday, I can't think of a better charity to be on our minds and to benefit from today than Save the Children.
So everything I do is for my family. And I think that is the greatest gift of having kids of your own.
You know your success as a father if you turn and look at your child and you realize they turned out better than you. My 3 children turned out better than me in every way. That's not hyperbole, that's a fact. In every way.
Some amazing men in that video. We're delighted to have some of our past honorees here with us today. If you could please rise when I call your name. Ronnie Wurzberger. Morris Goldfarb. Ken Dwayne. Joe Rivers. Mark Shriver. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. As a not-for-profit organization, the National Father's Day Committee, part of the Father's Day Mother's Day Council, not only honors great dads and raises the profile of Father's Day, but also channels funds raised by these annual awards luncheons to help meaningful philanthropies dealing with issues affecting fathers, mothers, and children. To date, the council has donated over $30 million to deserving family-related charities nationwide. Thank you. In today's world, it is unimaginable to think that nearly 1 in 4 children in the United States is living in poverty. With so many families struggling just to survive, underprivileged children need our help more than ever. We're pleased to be donating the proceeds of today's luncheon to Save the Children's U.S. programs and Save the Children's Action Network advocacy campaign. As many of you know, U.S. programs heroically works to break the cycle of poverty and ensure that the most underserved children in America are ready to learn by the time they begin school. As some of you may not know, Save the Children's Action Network serves as a political voice for kids to increase opportunity for children and ensure a better future for us all. To help better understand the powerful impact our funds can have on needy families, every year we visit an area where Save the Children is focusing its resources to help families and children. This year, our team traveled to Cook County, Tennessee, to visit some kids and their families who are directly benefiting from the funds raised at events like this. As I tell you a little bit about our trip, you can see some great photos of the visit behind me or on the sides. Keep in mind that Cook County is a rural, impoverished area where 40% of the children live below the poverty line. And in the 2 schools that we visited, 100% of the kids were on the free lunch program. The population of the county is 35,000, and the median family income is 31,000. 5 of us from the council went on the trip with the goal of seeing firsthand how the money we raise at this event can positively impact families in need. We met with the Save the Children's field team in Cook County, but I think it would be more appropriate to call these men and women saints. The work that they do is truly, truly amazing, They took us to visit schools, and we got to interact with these unbelievable 4- and 5-year-old kids. One of my favorite parts was when we smeared shaving cream all over the desks and wrote letters and numbers with the kids in the shaving cream. We got to see how our programs are enabling kids to be engaged in their learning. We also got to go on home visits with the field team and watch them work directly with the children. I personally went to a home of a 3-year-old girl named Lorena. She was so happy and completely oblivious to the less than optimal conditions that she was living in. The field team was amazing as they engaged Lorena in learning. They helped her with reading readiness and created optimism with a positive learning environment. Importantly, we also saw how the field team works with parents. They teach the parents how to engage their kids so that they can continue learning even after the field team has left. This is my second field trip, and the experience is invaluable. It's a real eye-opener to see how people just a mere 2-hour flight from Manhattan can live in such different conditions. For me, I can define these trips as truly humbling and helps me keep things in perspective. This year's trip was even more exciting, knowing that the kids like those in Cook County will benefit from a new Save the Children's program called Summer Boost. You're going to hear more about this program as the lunch goes on. Okay, and now, as we turn to the awards portion of the luncheon, I would like to introduce today's Master of Ceremonies, Mark Shriver, Senior Vice President of Save the Children's U.S. Programs and Advocacy. Not only is Mark a good friend and a longtime supporter of the National Father's Day and Mother's Day Council, he was also recognized in 2008 as a Father of the Year honoree. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Shriver.
Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Come on, we're celebrating Father's Day. We celebrated Mother's Day a couple of weeks ago. This is an exciting day, right? So let's try it one more time. Good afternoon, Willie Geist. There we go. Willie Geist did a good job. The rest of you, the Manny Chirico cheering section over here. I turned to Willie, I said, he's got a lot of support here. I don't know about you. And he goes, I'm not that competitive, Mark. Don't worry about it. So we can't wait to hear what Manny has to say. Thank you, Dan, for those really kind words about the work that Save the Children does, about our friendship. I think that line you had about the folks that work for Save the Children being saints is beautiful, and don't often, think about it that way, but it really is true because they're out there doing unbelievable work day in and day out. That video, Morris Goldfarb standing up there and saying how important Save the Children's work was really fantastic too. So thank you very much, Mr. Goldfarb, for your help there. I thought that video was great. Dan mentioned that I got this award in 2008, 10 years ago. It was actually because my father had gotten it the year I was born in 1964. I don't understand why there are no Shrivers in the video, just Kennedys, which is kind of irritating, but that's all right. I don't know who edits these things. Thank you very much. One person clap for the Shrivers. So anyways, we'll edit it for next year and put some Shrivers in there, or at least my dad. And I just want to, again, thank everyone so much for supporting Save the Children's work and for Save the Children Action Network, which Dan mentioned is a bipartisan advocacy arm for Save the Children's work here in the United States, trying to raise the visibility of early childhood education in the U.S. and hold our political leaders accountable. Because as so many of you know here, brain development, the first 5 years of life are so critical. Almost 90% of a child's brain growth happens in those first 5 years of life. Yet as a country, we don't invest enough resources in those first years. So you have this huge brain growth opportunity and almost flat public investment, and it's a huge loss opportunity. So what we are trying to do is to raise money, raise visibility, and provide those services, as Dan and the team saw just a couple of weeks ago down in Tennessee. And Dan mentioned the Summer Boost Camp. For so many of us that can afford it, our kids go to great summer enrichment programs, whether it's piano or camp or going to the club and doing tennis and volleyball or golf, whatever it is, playing the piano. Kids that are living in poverty don't have those opportunities. And it's a huge, what we call summer slide. So what we created at Save the Children a couple of years ago was a 3-week reteaching program to get kids to go back to school so that teachers don't have to reteach what they've lost over the course of those 3 months in summertime. So you learn in our Summer Burst program, not only are they fed 2 meals a day, which is a huge issue for kids living in poverty. The schools that Dan visited, 100% of those kids are living in poverty. So they are all qualified for the federal free and reduced meal program, which provides breakfast and lunch. That goes away in the summertime. So the Summer Boost program provides 2 meals. It provides education work, community service work. It's really a very powerful program. We say at Save the Children that summertime is the hungriest time of the year. So I can't overstress how important those meals are for our kids. So I'm going to ask you all to help us out. Maybe some of you came here with buddies who bought a table so you're not having to shell out any money, which is always my favorite way to go to an event. But I'm asking you to do me a favor, to take out your phones, and we're going to do a little text to pledge process, which has been generously donated by Peerless Clothing. And thanks so much, as always, to the Wurzburger family. So there are very easy steps, which I'm going to do along with you here. You go to your little iPhone or whatever little gizmo you use. You go into the texting area. Last year, this little process raised over $30,000 for Save the Children's work. So I'm hopeful that you can all go in here, chip in $5, $10 or more, whatever you can do. So you go in here right now. You enter the number, which I'm going to do, which is area code 203-203-309-0782. I know this is dragging out. So you type in your name and any message, or you can type in anonymous if you don't want to be seen up there. We're going to see some of the names. I hope we'll go in here. So I'm going to put Mark Shriver, right? And I'm going to put $100. And then we hit send. And what? Well, there we go. $5,000 anonymous. That guy was good, or that gal was good. So thank you. It beat me to the punch. So if you do this, you'll see your names will pop up here during the course of this thing. And then, look, it worked. Please visit. Congratulations to Manny, Mario, Willie, and Ben. Mark Heller, that's $1,000. Thank you. So this is what we're going to do for a couple of minutes. And if you can help us out at any rate, that makes a huge difference. There we go. Paul Rosengard, in honor of his dad's 90th birthday. How lucky are you to have your father at 90, Paul? Congratulations. So if you could just do that as we go through, we'd love to have 100% participation. I know that's a huge goal, Dan, but we're hopeful that it'll work out. So while we're doing this, I have the honor. It's kind of fun to watch this, right? But Mark Shriver, my name hasn't gone up here. There must be some conspiracy to nail the Shrivers. So whatever's going on here.
Did you press send?
I hit send, yeah. Mark Shriver, I'm all the way there, yeah. See that? And I'm humble. I didn't make a capital S, so that's good. So I'm going to ask Jack Isaac to come up here. Jack is the Senior VP and publisher of Esquire. He's going to be presenting, as he's done in years past, the 2018 Ashok Sani All-Star Dad Award, which is presented by Esquire and the Sani Family Foundation. Come on up, Jack.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you so much, Mark. Ashok Sani was a beloved husband and father. While he considered his family to be his calling, he also had a deep commitment to giving equal recognition to all. His interests in ethics, truth, love, peace, nonviolence, compassion, and moral and social responsibilities all live on through the Ashok Sani Scholar in Residence program at New York University and the Ashok Sani All-Star Dad Award, both of which are underwritten by the Sani Family Foundation. In this spirit, Esquire invited its readers to submit nominations for this year's All-Star Dad. The All-Star Dad Award honors a father who goes over and beyond being a responsible caregiver and a loving mentor. We look for a father who gives extraordinarily to his family and to the world around him, a man whose tireless efforts make life better for his children and his entire community. This year, the National Father's Day Committee, Esquire Magazine, and the Sani Family Foundation have selected Ben Taylor as its 2018 All-Star Dad. At this time, I would like to ask his son, Brad Taylor, to come up and share his winning essay on why his father deserves this great honor.
Hi, my name is Brad Taylor, and I'm 12 years old. I'd like to nominate my dad for All-Star Dad 2018. He works hard for our family every day, balancing being a volunteer firefighter for our city of Rosemount, his job, and coaching all our sports. Every day he wakes up at 6 a.m. to go to his job in Minneapolis, where he's a vice president of sales. Sometimes it takes him 2 hours to get to his job, but he still rushes home so he doesn't miss our activities. Plus, he's a volunteer fireman that joined at 40 years old. He was the oldest rookie they had, but he always wanted to be a firefighter, so he did it. That makes me think you can accomplish anything if you really want to. He goes to fire training every Tuesday and often has to wake up in the middle of the night to go help someone who is injured or put out a fire. He's gone to calls where he doesn't get back till 6 hours later, but still makes time for us. My dad works very hard all day, even when he's so tired from going to fire calls at night. When he leaves work, he usually drives straight to our sports where he is the coach. He doesn't just help me and my brother, but teaches all the kids to be better in sports and to be respectful and hard workers. He could be sitting in the recliner watching football, but instead he's doing things with us. On the weekends, he even does all the laundry so my mom doesn't have to. Yesterday, I needed popsicle sticks for a project at school, and he drove to 3 different stores to find some for me. He has taught me manners, and someone once said I was the most polite kid they knew. My dad has to deal with so many things, but I know that I can always trust him to be by my side whenever I need it. In the morning, he always texts me to have a great day at school, and that we can watch the Timberwolves or the Wild that night and spend time together. He always checks on me, my little sister, and little brother before we go to bed, and he is always there to talk about anything. He saves up his change and other money to take us on vacations and buy us food after sports. And you may think, wow, he must have had a really good dad to be such a good one himself. Nope, his dad left his mom when he was a kid, but he still figured out how to be the great dad he is. He is always respectful and polite and is a strong believer in Jesus. These are just a few of the reasons why my dad is an all-star to me. Thanks. And P.S., everyone wants to see our handshake, so here it is.
It's a secret handshake. Ben, hold this for the picture with your son.
Well, that should be easy to follow. Did he stay up here? Because if not, okay, good. I don't want you near your brother right now. And hi, Savannah. Well, this Father's Day essay is easily the most elaborate plan that my son has ever done to guarantee he gets whatever he wants for Christmas or a birthday for the rest of his life. So, thank you, buddy. I love you so much, and I'm super proud of the young man you're becoming. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Sani family and the Father's Day Council for this incredible honor. My wife and I, we were fortunate enough, blessed enough to bring our 3 kids here to New York to experience some things, and it's been overwhelming. The people that have come up to us, the giving that's already been done has been incredible, and we're so thankful and honored by it. As a firefighter, New York City holds a special place to me, even though I don't live here. I lost a baseball coach in 9/11, and for me, now knowing what they went through and the pure hell that day was, I'm excited later on this afternoon to pay my honor and tribute
to the men and women, the first responders, or just anybody that perished that day. So it's humbling, needless to say. Where to begin? I tried to think on how to start and what it means to be a dad. Before I get to that, I want to congratulate the rest of the honorees, Manny, Willie, and Mario. It's truly an honor to be up here with you guys, and a pleasure to meet you. Some congratulations to you as well. As I mentioned, I'm beyond humbled being here today. It was about a week ago that I got the call from Sunil to notify me that Brad's letter had been chosen and that our family would be coming out here to New York City for this incredible event. Over the last week, I've had some time to reflect on my kids, my parenting, and my family. And being a dad, by far, is the most challenging, but hands down the most rewarding job that I do. My wife and I have been blessed with 3 kids. Brad, who you met, who is 12 years old. My middle one, Henry. Henry, wave your hand, buddy, as you're putting food in your face. And my little baby girl, Savannah. Hi, baby girl. Who is 5 years old. So many times over these past 12 years of being a dad, I've wondered and thought to myself, am I doing this parenting thing right? Am I making impact on my kids' lives? How can I be a better dad? And can someone just help me be more patient? And those are just a few of the millions of thoughts that have gone through my head over these past 12 years. So as I thought about it, and I thought, how did today happen for someone like me, who there are millions of dads that deserve to be up here ahead of me or with me? And I'm not standing here today because I'm a good dad. I truly believe I'm standing here because I've been blessed to have influences in my life by amazing parents and mentors through the years. Over the years, I've had certain people impact my life and guide me in the right direction to be a better person and a better father. This honor is as much theirs as it is mine, because I wouldn't be here without those people that impacted my life. So first and foremost, to my mom, no other person in my life has helped guide me, shape me, and help me grow into the man and the dad that I am today. For the kid that didn't have that positive influence of a father figure, my mom took on the role of both mom and dad, and for that, I will always be thankful. My mom isn't here today, but Mom, I know the wife is recording it, so I love you and thank you for everything. You got that part right. For my coaches, again, for the kid that needed that male influence in his life, over my 44 years, I've been blessed to have coaches that took me under their arm, taught me things not only on the field or on the hockey rink, but life lessons that I could take along with. So I'm indebted to those coaches as well. To both of my grandpas who have now passed on, but there are 3 things that my grandpas taught me and both influenced me on: to work hard, to finish a job if you start it, and always be respectful. To my father-in-law, Brad, fortunately, I had him placed in my life to help with these things we call marriage and parenting. And from a dad's perspective, that's what I needed at that moment. Over these last almost 15 years, his advice and his guidance have been instrumental in helping me grow as a husband and a father. To all the buddies of mine who are now dads and who could be up here standing with me, it's amazing what you learn when you just stop, watch, and listen and take things in. I learn something new every week from the incredible dads that are on the fire department with me, or that I coach with, or that are just friends of mine. And finally, to my wife, Tiffany, who is right there in front. I'm lucky to have found the wife that forgives the dad for all the mistakes that they make. And for me, over the last 12 years, there's been a lot. So, needless to say, those 12 years have changed from that first day of bringing Brad home and being white-knuckled on that steering wheel, like, what did I just do and get myself into, to now 12 years later and hopefully make an impact on my kids' lives. So, Tiffany, I love you, and thank you for everything you do for our family. Again, this is an honor that I share with everybody that's helped me or continue to help me grow as a dad. For the other dads out there, the advice I would give is just simple. Try and be better each day. You're going to fail, and try and do better the next day. Be patient, and let your kids know that they're loved every single day. Thank you again to the Sani family and the Ashok Sani All-Star Dad Award and the Father's Day Council for being honored for the 2018 Father of the Year. Thank you all so much. It's an honor, and God bless.
That was excellent. That was excellent. Thank you, Ben, and thank you, Brad. That advice about do better the next day is great advice. I think do better the next day and do the laundry on the weekends is probably the best advice you could give out there. God, that guy makes me feel like a pisher. I mean, that was horrible. I mean, God, does the laundry, drives 2 hours to work every day. He's got 3 great kids. 12-year-old speaks like he's a professional.
I should bring video from home.
There you go. Bring video from home and see how it really is. All right. So congratulations, though. It's fantastic. All right. So I'm just going to say one more time. Wow, $26,000. Thank you very much. You know, this is really, I don't think I explained it incredibly well, the summer program, how important it is and how much there is this summer slide for poor kids. And this effort that we've started really makes a profound difference for them over the course of the summertime so that they're not going back to school in late August, September, and spending literally a month trying to remember what they had forgotten over the summertime. So thank you all so very much for this amount of money, and any amount makes a huge difference. All right, so our next award goes to a man who has dominated the world of entertainment for the past 34 years. Wow, Mario Lopez, known to so many as AC Slater from the hitcom Saved by the Bell, is currently the host. Everybody's clapping. This is exciting, right? Is currently the host of the Emmy Award-winning entertainment program Extra, a position he's held for the last 10 years. He's also the host of the national radio shows On with Mario Lopez and iHeartRadio Countdown with Mario Lopez. In addition to being a respected TV and radio host, he's also a best-selling author, having written numerous books for both adults and children. And at Save the Children, we know the power of books and reading with children. He's received several awards, Young Artist Awards, and has been nominated numerous times for the ALMA Awards and Teen Choice Awards. He shares our commitment to helping underserved youth and is an alumni ambassador for the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, where he helps shed light on major issues affecting today's young people. He's married to his wife, Courtney, and has 2 kids, Gia and Dominic. Please welcome and join me in congratulating Mario Lopez.
Should I put this right here? Let me put it right there. Everybody can see it. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, everyone. This is really cool. Father of the Year. You know, you're saying all that stuff about being a kid, and obviously on Saved by the Bell, it's still being on 30 years. It's been on now, so I'm old. So definitely old enough to be a dad. And you know, Father of the Year. When they told me, I was like, wow, and obviously extremely humbled and honored. And again, congratulations to all the men on the dais right here. And a huge thanks to the Father's Day Council. And I remember when I got this letter from Dan a couple months ago, letting me know that I had been chosen. And I'm not going to lie, because when I first read it, I thought about my kids and actually got a little bit emotional. And then I saw the list of past recipients, and I started wondering if someone made a mistake. And I was like, wow, JFK and Ronald Reagan and Shaq. It's quite the club to be joining, and I feel incredibly blessed to have done a lot of really cool things over the years, but nothing will ever compare to becoming a father. It's without a doubt the most important job that I'll ever have, and obviously kids learn so much from their parents, and And I'm a first-generation American. My parents, I'm a son of immigrants. Both my parents are from a place called Culiacan, Sinaloa, in Mexico. And like many immigrants, they came here for a better life, and they did just that. They've been together for like 47 years. Can't believe my mom still puts up with my dad, but they have. And I'm blessed to still have them. And I'm always saying that I'm a proud mama's boy, which I am, but I think my dad had more of an influence on me that I realized. Not so much about what he told me in life, because he was a relatively quiet guy, but just kind of watching him over the years. He was always a hustler and always did what he had to do. We were a very blue-collar family. I grew up right in a border town called Chula Vista, right? Tijuana, where the light's right next to me. So, my dad worked for the city, my mom worked for the phone company, and they kept me busy so I can not have time to get in any kind of trouble. And I always felt a lot of love. I think that was the most important thing that my sister and I took away from my mom and dad. They always showed love to each other, and kids pick up on that. And my dad never allowed us to be lazy. I never got to just kick back and watch TV or play video games. He'd always put me to work and clean something or dig a ditch if it needed to be dug. So I definitely got my work ethic from him, and that's one of the things I want to instill in my kids. Aside from being polite and respectful and just good kids, I want them to work hard. I want them to stay focused. I want them to do the right thing. So hopefully the right things can happen for them. And none of that could have been possible without my beautiful wife, Courtney, who's here. I wouldn't be a father if it wasn't for her. And she is, yes. She is the quarterback of the Lopez team, and she's an amazing wife and awesome mother, and she helped me bring two amazing kids into this world, my daughter, Gia, and my son, Dominic. And spending time with them is, without a doubt, the highlight of my day every day, and being able to experience things through their eyes and getting to be a kid again. And it's just an incredible blessing and one that I don't take for granted. So again, thank you very much for having me. I'm incredibly grateful to be here and also raise money for such a great organization. Being a former inner city kid that benefited from a lot of these programs and was from the Boys and Girls Club. I know how important these are, so that really strikes a chord with me. So again, I'm humbled, I'm honored. Huge thank you to the Father's Day Council. It's a once-in-a-lifetime honor. Thank you.
That was fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words about our work, too. I really appreciate it. Our next awardee is a TV host and journalist. I've actually done a panel with Willie Geist before. He's helped Save the Children on a number of occasions, and he's been a great supporter. When we started Save the Children Action Network, what we wanted to do was to work bipartisan to raise the visibility of early childhood education. And we wanted to be aspirationally, I said this on a panel with Willie, I said, we'd like to be like the NRA for kids. We want to be that influential. And everybody kind of had a reaction you're having. And Willie turns to me in front of like 300 people and goes, that is the worst analogy ever. You're a disaster from a PR perspective. And I said, thank you very much, Mr. Geist. I appreciate that. So now I get to introduce you. But he is, as many of you know, the host of NBC News Sunday Today with Willie Geist, and is the co-host of MSNBC's Morning Joe. He's also a regular host and contributor to NBC's Today Show, as well as the NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt and Meet the Press. He's hosted coverage of several Olympic Games and contributes regularly to NBC Sports Group. In addition to all of those journalistic achievements, Willie is an accomplished author, having written several books, including his New York Times bestseller, Good Talk Dad, and American Freak Show. His wife, Christina, and two children, George and Lucy, make him a worthy recipient of the Father of the Year Award for 2018. Willie Geist, ladies and gentlemen.
I just thought guns for kids was the wrong message for Save the Children. Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dan. Thank you all for being here today, this afternoon. I want to congratulate Mario, Ben, Manny for being the runners-up to my Father of the Year. It was a hard-fought vote. That was my understanding. Is that not? That's correct. Okay. I did tell Mario I had to take exception with one part of his being here today, which is that we've all agreed now culturally that dad bod is a thing, so that we can sort of like get older and just let it happen. He's violating that. And he's making the rest of us look bad. Every time I turn on the TV, he's jogging down the beach. He's got the 12-pack and the guns. Let it go a little bit. Let it hang out, Mario, okay? You're killing us over here. You're killing us. It's so interesting to hear everybody talk about the moment they became a father. And I'll never forget, we had my daughter in 2007, actually June 14th. It was 3 days before Father's Day that year. And you're in the hospital for a couple of days. You're not quite sure what you're doing. You're learning on the job. And then all of a sudden, they kick you out of the hospital. And my wife and I always joke, we had our daughter in our car seat, carrying out of the hospital, and the nurse just looked at us and said, "Good luck." And she meant it nicely, but to us, it's good luck? That's all. Is there a manual you want to hand us on the way out the door? Good luck. And it's been the best challenge. And I think we all have to. I think every man on this panel and every man here would agree we have to shout out the mothers. There's none of us without the mothers. So thank you. Good luck felt like not quite enough, but we've managed and we've found our way. And I always say there's something that happens in that moment. It happened for me in the delivery room when I first met my daughter in those first seconds. And a homing beacon is turned on in your heart. And you want to be where that person is. And it happened again with our son. I want to be where that person is. And it's almost a physiological thing. Maybe there's something to that. And I found it in my career too. I still work my butt off and I'm hard charging and all those things. But my default setting is to get back to my kids and to be around my wife. Where, you might take, if you're doing a shoot in Vegas, you might take that extra day, put it on the company, stay another round of blackjack. But now I want to get home. And I think that's what happens when you become a father. And so I think the work that's done here to salute fathers, to promote being a good father, to find new ways to be a good father is so important. And I'm just grateful for the work that you guys are doing here. Thank you. The other thing about being a dad, you all know, is that it's just fun, It's fun. And as these kids get older, mine are about to be 11 and 9, they're real people sitting across from me at the table with personalities and jokes and stories to tell. And my kids from the back seat, as they sat in their car seats, obviously they're out of them now, over the years, my wife and I would write down the things they would blurt out from the back seat. So I thought a couple of these are from a couple of years ago that I just share a couple of them. We have a list of like hundreds of them in our phones. My son asked recently, if I take a shower, get out, then get back in for 2 minutes, can it be a shower for today and tomorrow? That's a hard no on that. Another question. Dad, I'm not going to put this grape juice I didn't finish in the fridge because it will turn to wine overnight and kids can't have wine, right? And I said, no. And he said, no, it doesn't turn into wine, or no, kids can't drink wine. And I said, it's a double no on that one as well. He asked me the other day if Bigfoot has children. Think about that. Does Bigfoot have children? Can anyone answer that with any degree of confidence? Is Bigfoot even in a relationship? I don't know. You only see him alone walking through the woods. Maybe he's got a happy home life. I don't know. I didn't know how to answer that one. This was strange. Sometimes they'll pick things up off the news. My son asked me, Dad, how did El Chapo build that tunnel? The guards just gave him shovels? So he was on to the corruption at Mexican prisons pretty early on. And one more, he said, if Bruce Lee had children, again, totally out of the blue, I bet the mom would have to put the high chair and stuff together for the baby because Bruce Lee would just break it with his moves. These are the simple joys of being a father, the simple joys of being a parent. It's the best job, as everyone who's ever been a dad has said, that we will ever have. It's not even close. We love our children, and we're so grateful that you allow us to celebrate it here today. Thank you very much.
That was funny. That was really good. Bruce Lee. Wait till they get to be like 19, like our kids are, and they're not asking beautiful questions like, can I have a vodka tonic? Say, no, that's for your mother and me, because you're at 19. So that's the way we work in the Shriver household. That was a joke, okay? I mean, I don't know. Ad-libbing up here. Some guy comes up to me and goes, are you going to be the MC again this year? You screw up every year. We can't wait. You introduced Shaquille O'Neal as Dwight Howard, which was another bad joke. Remember that? Shaq almost killed me. Yeah, he didn't think it was funny. And Jim Boeheim, I couldn't pronounce his last name. Boeheim. I hate Syracuse, so it was all funny to me. But he stormed out, and we never saw him again, did we? No. I did a few other ones. The guy that ran, anyways. Citi. Yeah, I thought it was Citibank, and it was, what is it? CIT. That was a good one. That was an honest mistake because I was on the red eye, and I thought that, they hand you this thing, and I thought the staff had made mistakes. That was really embarrassing. That was bad. And the guy from AT&T, I told him he looked like a Republican in front of everybody, and he didn't think that was funny either. So this may be my last year here revisiting. All right, before I ask, Manny's going to be introduced by his son, Dominic. But before I ask Dominic to come up here, I just want to say one thing about Manny Chirico. He's on the board of Save the Children and does a fantastic job for our organization. We started this gala, Save the Children, about 6 or 7 years ago, and it was because of Manny and the folks at Calvin Klein. He has done so much good work for our efforts here in the United States and abroad that I just publicly want to thank him and say that he is a great leader. As Dan called him, a titan in the industry. He is. He's got a huge cheering section over here, and his kid is going to be a great introduction. Is Dominic around here? Dominic, come on up.
Thank you. It's an honor for my whole family to be here with you today. I spent a lot of time this weekend thinking about what I would say, and while preparing, I came across a quote. A dad is someone who wants to catch you before you fall. A great dad knows when to hold back and let you fall, pick you up, brush you off, and say, not bad, now go try again. I have the pleasure of seeing my dad in action both at work and at home. So I see the leader of a big company, and I see the leader of a family. There's a lot of consistency between the two, but one character trait that stands out for me is how he always leads by example. I'm pretty sure every parent in the room, and I heard it said a couple of times here today already, I'm sure you'd all agree that we truly mold our children by our example and our action, not just our advice. I have two beautiful little girls, 4 and 3 years old. I'm already coming to terms with the fact that as they get older, they're probably not going to take my advice. So, all the time. So I can only hope that I portray what it means to be a good father, a loving husband, and a good man, the way my dad has done for my brothers and I. I asked my mom earlier today outside, I said, Mom, you want to read the speech I prepared today? I want your thoughts. She goes, no, honey, I want to be surprised. I want to see it when you get up there, and I can't wait until you mention me. So I got the pen out, made some changes. And let me just say, behind every successful man is an amazing woman that has his back. So thank you, Mom. Being a parent is one of the hardest and most rewarding jobs I have had so far in my life. Establishing and thriving at a successful career adds a whole other element to this. So to know and love someone who has been, in my opinion, the best in class at both, well, it's an honor to be your son. And it's a pleasure to present you with this award. Congratulations.
Give me that. It's mine. Oh, jeez. Well, thank you so much for this award. I just want to congratulate my other co-fathers of the year, Ben, Mario, Willie. Clearly, the only thing I could say is I am the senior member, and I've heard them talk about their young children, how rewarding, how exciting fatherhood is, but their children haven't been teenagers yet. So, and all I can say is just wait. Anybody who knows me knows that the most important thing in my life is my family. And my family's here to really support me today. There's 4 generations of Chiricos here today. They're my mother and father, who celebrated this year 64 years of being married. On the other end of the spectrum is my 2 beautiful granddaughters, Isabella and Nicolette. There they are. Hey, babies. And of course, there's my sons, Dominic, Michael, and Vincent, and my partner in life, my wife, Joanne, who makes everything easy. So besides having 2 beautiful granddaughters, I've also been blessed through marriage by finally having 2 beautiful daughters, both Gabrielle and Viana. Thank you so much for being here. I love you both. My 3 sons are here, and you met Dominic, he's up, and then also Michael and Vincent. They made being a dad really easy. They were always good kids. They always did everything. And I just need you to know that you make Mom and me very proud every day for the men you 3 boys have become. When you become a father, people always say the same thing, and it was said here before, they don't give you a handbook and there's no manual. But I was lucky. I had a handbook and I had great models. It was my dad and my mom. My parents are here. I told you they're celebrating this year 64 years of marriage. And my parents, they didn't say a lot. They just lived every day for our family. They supported us, they loved us, and they made sure we knew that they loved us. My parents didn't write me long letters telling me about how I should live my life. They just lived their life in a way that was a model for my 2 brothers and myself. My parents were always there for us. They had high expectations for us. They set the bar high for us, and they expected us to work hard and succeed. And when we fell short or when we got knocked down, they were there to pick us up, brush us off, and make us move forward. I grew up knowing I had to do the right thing because I wanted to make my dad proud, and I never wanted to disappoint my mom. When my first son, Dominic, was born, my father and I were driving. It was shortly thereafter, and I think we were just going to the store. We were picking up Italian bread down Arthur Avenue, and we were coming up the Bronxboro Parkway, and my father was talking to me, and he wasn't big on giving me specific advice or writing me letters, but I'll always remember he gave me some great advice about being a new father. And he said, if you want to be a good father, if you want to be a good father to your new son, the most important thing you need to do is love their mother. Loving my son's mother has been easy for me because I married an angel. I'm only getting this award today for being a good dad because my beautiful wife, Joanne, is a great mother. If you know Joanne, you know she always puts everyone else first. She is the best person I know, and I would not be half the person I am today without her. Honey, I love you very much. Thank you. So, for the younger guys in the audience, if you want some great advice about being a good father, make sure you marry a woman who's a great mother. I want to thank everyone for this award. For me, receiving this honor today is really not about me. This award is a family affair. So on behalf of my mother, my father, my children, and my grandchildren, and most importantly, my wife, Joanne, thank you for this award. It really means a lot to me. There's no more important job in my life than being a father to my sons. I thank you for this, and God bless everyone. Thank you.
Some really great speeches. Wow. Okay, Mark, you didn't screw up that bad. Okay. We're so honored that you join us here again this year, Mark. Your commitment to save the children, as well as your candor and presence here today, always makes this event enjoyable. I would like to also thank Mark for your support that he has given us, our organization, throughout the years, and for inspiring us with the work that he and Save the Children do throughout the country and the world. We are proud to partner with an organization like Save the Children. All right, I'm looking for Dana. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm pleased to announce, as you can all see, we broke our record, 32,000. Fantastic. Wow, that just spiked it. Okay. Well, thank you all. We can't do it without your support. Additionally, I'm thrilled to announce that this is another record year for the council, raising over $1.25 million. A few thank yous to the people who have made today's event possible. I would like to personally thank my incredible Father's Day committee. It has been an honor to serve on this committee with you. Your dedication, hard work, and commitment has been an inspiration. Kurt Dwayne, Karen Darmanin, Mel Goldfeder, Jonathan Greller, Michael Haskell, Mark Heller, Dan Magaletta, Michael McMullen, Jim Montero, Danielle Poggi, Leah Roberts, Elliot Rosenfield, Paul Rosengard, Sunil Sani, Glenn Shannon, Mark Schneider, Billy Sussman, Mike Walkoff, Rich Wurzberger, Matthew Youngs, and Jason Zuckerman, and of course our executive director and my partner, Dana Verrill. And I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge our office administrator, Joan Reeves, who holds it all together for us. A special thanks to Esquire for sponsoring the All-Star Dad and for generously designing and producing today's eloquent invitations and program journal. To our 2018 Fathers of the Year, I would like to extend one final congratulations to you all. We are honored that you could join us here today. Thanks again for everyone for coming and taking the time to honor these outstanding fathers. This concludes our event. Have a great day, and happy Father's Day to all.